Okay, this should give you a little bit more idea of what's going on here. So right here, in this bottom left corner now, is that depth of the corner of the garage that we've been talking about. I'm going to take now, instead of vanishing point, it's going to be across the horizon. So I'm going to line my straight edge up with that. And I'm going to end up making a mark that is actually off my paper. And it means you may need to get additional paper from your instructor, or you need to get permission to draw on your table with a pencil only that you can clean up after this exercise is done. If you're on a drawing board, that's going to be even better. But I want this vanishing point to be where I can see it and keep track of it. So as I come out, I'm going to start setting that vanishing point. And I'm just going to, you are kind of arbitrarily pick these spots so that it's your determination as the designer where this is going to go. I'm going to make a little mark right here, and that's me, my vanishing point. Now, it's off the camera right now, barely. Let me see if I can give you a little view here what that's going to look like real quick. So there's the mark. This is going to be my vanishing point for that drawing, okay? Now, I'm going to try and get everything on one video, which is going to be a little tricky because of the length of line. So I think what I'm going to do is now I'm going to draw a line from here all the way over to here. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. It's going to go from this point all the way to this point. Okay, so that's our taking that line to our vanishing point. Now everything that's in the front of the house is going to go to this point. So if we go back to our plan, every one of these lines that are going at this diagonal angle, when we come down to the drawing, are now flipped and going over to this point. We'll have a similar point on this side, but we're just going to do one side of this house for right now. Okay, kind of keep it a little nice. All right, so we're going to reestablish this lock here. And again, you know what's going to happen now, so just kind of bear with and trust the process. I'm lining my straight edge up with my target point here, or the corner of my house, and then to the vanishing point on the right. And we're just going to draw a line. Now the line does not have to go all the way off the page. That's going to be sufficient for where I'm going. And so now I can see that right here, that is going to be where my garage is now at. Okay, so that's setting up the depth of this house. Now, the further out this vanishing point on the right goes, the shallower this angle will be. So by that, if you look at the pencil, if I move it out further away, then this drops down. And that changes how your building is going to look. So you feel free to adjust and mimic that where you want, but you do need that target point if you're going to make that work. And so let me just show you a line with that. If I went to a secondary vanishing point, because a lot of this you're doing to kind of give an interpretation of what this project's going to look like. And so if I change that vanishing point and go out a little further, then this line drops down. I'm just going to go to the corner of the garage. I'll darken that one up a little bit. So now I get a different look here, which I may like a little bit better. And you want to do a little bit of trial and error and see what feels good to you. And I'm thinking I'm going to probably stay with that vanishing point. It's quite a bit further. It's kind of gone another about 5 inches. So it does change it. Okay, so now here's my corner of the garage. And the height of the garage is something I need to look at. Now, we'll then come back to that in just a minute, because I've got to set the vanishing point now for the side of that's going other way. Let me grab another house plan here. Might be easier just to bring this in. All right, so we're at this corner. Now I need to do this side right here. I'm going to do this side of the garage. So I need to go from this corner to this corner with a vanishing point on the left. Okay, so same thing we're going to do here. We're going to determine what that is. And now the left vanishing point on this is probably going to be quite a bit steeper than what it was on the other. All right, so we're going to shut the camera again so you can see how this works and set in that next depth. Okay, so we have that all precisely done. Okay.